Welcome back to the One Predator podcast.
Here we go.
All right, welcome back. Tonight we're going to talk about the tournament.
The tournament we just did.
Yep.
That was, 2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks ago. We were
time of recording.
well, we had a slight sickness issue
Yeah, everyone.
in both houses.
Everyone fell down pretty hard.
Yeah, I was in bed for a couple days. But so tournament went okay, I guess, right?
It was
Other
all right.
than the weather.
Well, the weather was absolute garbage.
The weather was terrible. Terrible weather.
Yeah.
Cold, blowing.
Yep.
At one point, you looked like an Arabian soldier covered in snow when I looked at you. I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Then we had some equipment malfunctions with some scent.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. We'll get into that.
So, all in all, though, it went the first night, Thursday night, while we were recording.
Yeah, we recorded an episode,
And
the tournament started at midnight.
Well,
so
it was actually started earlier. We have to wait for this code to come in via text message that we write on a block and put in the coyote's mouth. So, for the cheaters or whatever who try to shoot dogs, a day or two before. So we were recording, and then the phone went off, and we just stopped and went to. Well, we finished.
yeah, no, we were. Yeah,
We were done.
we got through it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we were out. And
Yeah.
Thursday night was great.
Thursday night was good.
Spectacular. Probably one of the best nights we had in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the better nights this season so far.
Because we don't shoot a lot of dogs every night. Like you see.
We don't shoot a lot each season.
No.
We don't pull
Maybe
Midwest
we don't
numbers.
know what we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah. that's debatable. I don't know.
I remember shooting 2 dogs a year and being like, wow.
Yeah. Well, last year
I
was,
am the king.
Last year was my best year, and the best out of the group at 6.
6 dogs. So I did some figuring because I was talking about this with Tony, our gun guy, and he was telling me I think he's at like 18 or 19 dogs
This season?
for the season. Now, mind you, so if you add up, because I always run the call most of the time, so if you add up every time we've been out, what you got 6 now?
5.
5. So with your 5, Rusty's got he only been out
I think he's got 2.
2 or 3.
2, yeah.
And then total, like if I was to shoot every single dog that we've called, I'd have 18.
That we've called. Yeah, I'd probably be close to 10.
Right. But I'm saying that's with your numbers and mine.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if say I was
together.
Say
all right.
if I was solo hunting,
Yeah.
I'd have 18 dogs. Right?
Yeah.
But I did miss a couple.
Yeah.
How many did you miss so far? 2? 2.
No. Like 4 or 5.
Really? Is that many?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think it was that bad. Well, it's not bad. Okay, so there's a lot of variables with shooting that night
Yes.
that, if you don't do it, the saving grace, and we're getting totally off topic, is the rangefinder in my scanner.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Because your depth perception at night, I don't care if you're Superman.
No, it's because even the one I shot the week before the tournament. She started out like 600-700 yards.
Yes, but we didn't even call her. She
she just happened to be wandering.
right
out.
place, right time.
Yes.
Chased some deer out. I'm like, man, look, Josh, the deer are running.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? And then here she comes.
Here she comes.
And that was what, like,
I think she was mousing though, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
She
It
was,
was-
searching because
Smelling and mousing. We watched her for
4 or 5 minutes before I shot.
really. It felt like an hour.
Yeah. No, it was a good 4 or 5 minutes. Because I recorded the whole thing on the scope,
Oh yeah.
and
I was
she was
on
just
it when you
zigzagging back and forth.
Yep.
You're calling off yardages,
Yeah.
And
Super, super. I can remember when I got that thing and going to all my spots and shooting tree lines and being like, that's not that far.
yeah, no, in the dark, you're like, oh, that's like 300-400 yards, and it's like a
Right.
buck 50.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. You don't realize the technology can really help you. So, like with the scanners, 640. Like you have the 640
Yep.
without
the LRF,
which is fine, and only because my phone's going off. Only because I have the rangefinder on mine. So most of the time when we are together, I'll have ranges. I
Yes.
yell out the ranges. We don't yell it out.
Well, no, you were the one there the week before the tournament, though. Like you were getting a little excited and talking before you were pressing your button.
Yeah,
And
on our headsets.
on our
we
headsets.
use the walkers, right?
Yep. And
Game changer as well.
he's calling out 400, 350, 300.
Finger on the trigger.
Yep. And
It
I'm
was
watching,
itchy.
and I'm watching. She's like,
It's like two something. It was like 2.
it was
10?
around, yeah, it was around 200 yards, and I hear 100, 100, 100. I'm like, how far?
Yeah, I get
100. So I was like, well, it's now or never, and it
Yeah, I
dropped.
think she was getting weary to us. Was it bright that night? It was kind of bright.
Was it?
Yeah. I can't even
that I
believe.
don't recall. But
I was kind of bright, pretty
Yeah.
sure. Because we were watching the deer when
Yeah.
we walked in.
yeah, there were a lot of deer out that night.
That's another one of our spots that I'm pretty sure lots of people hunt.
Yeah.
But we didn't, for the sake of argument, we didn't call that dog.
No, we tried calling after.
I literally was standing there with the call bag slung on my shoulder, looking through my rifle, waiting for Josh to shoot, and I just stayed on it. I was like, because then if you missed or whatever, she was getting all.
Oh yeah, but yeah, she
She didn't go 20, man.
no, not at all. It dropped her right there, one shot. It was real nice. But back to the tournament.
Yes, so the tournament, first night, Thursday was great. Called
the double.
Well, first spot we went to, we had them howling. Remember? We had them. You don't even remember where we went, do you?
I'm trying to... Yes, okay. I remember now.
Down the Bills.
Yep. So, yeah, we had them howling, like, both sides.
Well, we tried a
two
different
sides.
angle of approach because I feel like you need to, if you keep going out and standing in the same spot every night,
Yeah.
or not even every night, but like every week,
Right.
and especially if you get some kind of reaction out of them, whether it be a howl or, I mean, not even if you don't see them, they're not dumb. Like, they're
No.
going to pick up on where the sounds are coming from and how they're coming. And I haven't really played any rabbit. Rabbit's been kind of a deal breaker. You turn a rabbit on, them coyotes are gone at this point.
This whole season, prey has been like a no-go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, even in the beginning, we started out with howls and pup distress.
yeah. I'm like,
Old
the few
lonely
time-
Luna.
the few times that I've called, I've used my call. And, like, prey is just, like, I have a favorites list of 10 different calls for prey and hardly ever use it. It's all howls and barks and fights.
We should keep better track of that because I'm trying to think.
Like what call we were using when they came in.
I mean, because not for nothing, we shot a lot of dogs this season.
We have
Like a lot, and different, not even dogs.
like 13 just between the two of us.
Right, and bobcats.
3 bobcats for the team.
Right, I hit one, and I never found it, and I know I hit that thing, and I don't like not one, but it ran in some cattails. This was the week before the tournament, and I just couldn't find it. It was so thick in there, and I don't like doing that because. So our furs, we have a fur girl. Mm-hmm. She's great. She's a taxidermist. I give her all the furs, and that way, if we want to get something done,
Right.
she gives me like a credit, which I'm gonna owe her a small fortune. I just talked to her last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I got cat skulls coming back. I got.
Oh, I didn't think about. Well, no, mine was destroyed. So
Yeah,
it
you
wouldn't
shot its face off.
It wouldn't be worth keeping that skull.
Dude, there's no point in that one. That one, if you could imagine when you shot that thing, I was like, there's not going to be a head left to it. Because I watched. It was so with eyeballs, and boop, they were gone.
Yep.
And that 75 grain polymer tip,
Yep.
it's a Hornady bullet, right?
Yeah, the VMAX.
Yep, the Hornady VMAX. I can't say enough good things about that bullet.
Oh, yeah.
For factory ammo. That polymer tip went in that thing's mouth, exploded, and never went out the back.
Nope.
And that's a 243.
That's a 243, yeah.
I mean, it's only 75 grain. It's not 100.
It's also going 3,400 feet per second at the muzzle.
So
It's fast.
it's super fast. So, see them 243 guys. You guys cheat. You guys cheat. You guys shoot a coyote in the butt and they die. Us 223 guys, we got to work at it.
Yeah.
But you've done the 223. And I'm not knocking anybody for it.
No. Whatever your personal preference
Right.
is.
I happen to love the fact that I have to be more precise.
Yeah.
I
that's fine.
I obviously, and we'll get to back to the tournament thing because we're getting way off.
Yeah.
But, I can't shoot anything close.
Yeah.
Yeah, far 300 plus. I'm your man. You get something 60 yards from us trying to eat us. Nope. I don't know. I pulled the trigger, and so we'll get to that. So. First spot, we had them howling. They didn't show up.
Nope.
We stood in a different field, tried to get a different angle on them. A
Yeah.
smaller field.
Yes.
We got some snow. So this is just my 2 cents. Around here, they don't like crossing them big fields. They're hunting in the woods, man. You know, I've been out during the day, just with work, and been lots of places in timber, and they'll be loaded with tracks. They're mousing in the woods for
Really?
chipmunks, things.
Yeah.
When you got snow on the ground, I don't like to hunt the big fields. And it's not even. So this time we didn't have a lot of snow.
No,
we had
it was-
more snow last time. We had a 6-inch storm, and we had like a 4 or 3-inch storm. That's where it's left. That's out there right now.
Yeah.
So they just don't like crossing it.
Yeah.
I feel like. I mean, and somebody will probably tell me I'm wrong, but I've never. When there's no snow and they can just, they'll come out. They'll cross a big area. But like from what I've seen, like I said, they're hunting in the timber because there's less snow in the woods because of the trees.
Yeah.
Especially in the pine and the cedar groves.
Yeah.
They're like we looked at this one site for work, and it was. I just wanted to camp there. It was like a coyote and fox super highway.
Really?
There was tracks everywhere. My brother was with me. He's like, "Look at all these tracks." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. They are moving through here heavily."
Yeah.
So, first spot had them howling. Didn't want to come out. We were there.
We usually do, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, tournament we were doing quick. So
Yeah,
it was
'cause
20,
we wanted to
25,
hit.
30 minutes. We were hitting a lot of spots
Yeah.
because we had, 3 days?
3 days.
3
So
days.
It started Thursday night, around midnight.
Yeah.
And
We were on, so we got the code probably 20 after 11, but we weren't on stand until midnight.
Yeah.
So if there's any question if we were following the rules, we were 100%.
Yes. So first stand, some howls, didn't see anything. Second stand, what is it? 5-10 minutes, maybe.
Not even.
Not even. We get
We pulled out the secret weapon, though.
Yeah.
The Amazon special. Roy.
Oh, Roy. Yes. Well, yeah, we brought Roy with us.
It was bright that night.
Yes, it was. Roy is a decoy, a coyote.
Yeah. First time out with it.
Yep. So we set that up,
Excuse me.
called at 5-10 minutes.
Well,
I
remember,
can't-
so we were rolling in there and jumped one in.
there was one in the field next,
And he
yeah.
was conveniently in front of a house.
Yes. Yep.
And I was like, I was prepared to do, because it's a tournament, man. Like we were close enough to the stand.
Yeah. No, we got to follow the rules, though.
Yeah, Josh had spotted him with your scanner, and you're
Yep.
like, I think that's a deer, so it's on his side, and I look out his window with mine. I'm like, nope,
Yeah. Well,
not a deer.
it wasn't moving when I saw it, so
Yeah.
it's thermal is good for detection.
Right,
It is not great for
Even 640.
identification.
even 640.
Even 640.
I just think we're more accustomed to the night vision side of things.
Yes. Oh, we've been using it for what, 4 years now.
Right. And it's when we hunt with our buddies that have thermal, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Man, you got a $6,000 scope, bro.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You tell me what it is.
You tell me what gender it is. Okay. Mine was $1,500.
Yeah, right.
And,
So yeah, we saw that one in the field as we were rolling into the stand.
but we did right by keep moving. I really wanted to shoot that thing from
Yeah.
the truck. But
No,
we didn't. We did not do. That's illegal.
yes, here in our great state. So we roll up. We parked in a different spot.
Different spot. Great spot.
we
Which
had-
I didn't even know that we could park there.
Yeah,
So stupid.
I mean, we never really think about it. I mean, it's we'll park here. It's convenient. Well,
Yeah, but
convenience not always good.
No, these dogs, especially at this point of the season, multiple times now, they see a pickup truck
Yeah,
and they are gone.
gone. So yeah, we parked up the road a little bit. Then we walked. Like the field that we walked into wasn't even the one we were hunting in.
No,
So we
so
had a
it's-
row of trees in
Yeah,
between
we had a
us,
tree line between us. Super, super great.
which we'll probably do from now on.
Oh, yeah. We're
'Cause
definitely parking there. from now on.
Incognito. So we get set up and we call
Put
it.
Roy out.
Put Roy out there with the
So,
call.
wind was out of the east blowing west, northeast blowing west.
Yep.
So, blowing out of the northeast to the west. Roy was on the. We put Roy and Nicole on our left, right up on the tree line.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think it was only like 5 minutes, like he said.
Yep. I was scanning and
You're scanning the right, I'm
right
scanning the left.
yep.
That's
and
another thing we do.
see this double come running in at us, and I didn't even hit comms. I'm just like yelling
Yeah.
over at you.
He was excited.
Got a double! Got a double!
Right in front of us, right in front of us. And I'm like, so scanning with the pulsar, I'm looking for this double,
Yeah.
and excuse me, and I see it coming, and I got video of it. You got video of it. They were gonna eat us.
Yeah, they were close. They got they checked up about 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
When I whistled at them.
Yeah, we're
And-
like, because we were trying to synchronize our shooting, which is extremely difficult.
Well, it doesn't help when you leave your safety on.
Yeah.
either.
So he stops him, and I'm waiting for him to shoot, and then I'm going to shoot right then and there. I know in my mind that when I hear something happen, I'm on my dog. I'm on the left dog. You're on the right dog.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait, and he's whistling and talking to him, because I'm like, these things are going to eat us, man.
Yeah.
And if they get under 50 yards, especially with my 223, you got to aim low,
Right. You're still.
because my bullet comes out in an arch. So it comes out and then climbs and then drops. And and a lot of times people are like, you get a dog in close and they shoot and they're like, man, I can't believe I didn't hit that. Well, I don't care what zero you got. It's ballistics on the bullet and the grain you're using. And that 55 grain VMAX, I'm actually shooting some reloads from Lax Ammo that I bought. I love it. It's powder's a little hotter. So I mean, so if you go from, it's a Hornady bullet, but they use, I forget even what powder's in them bullets, but they shoot hotter, so they're faster and they shoot higher than the stock or commercial ammo. But anyway, so these things, we get them stopped, and I hear click, and I'm like,
Yeah.
go time.
I left my safety on.
Which,
So, yeah. And then,
when we get to a stand, once the call is out, everybody's back behind their tripods, I turn the safeties come off.
yep.
Because we've had issues where the dogs hear that click,
Oh, yeah. And
and they're gone, man.
that'll turn them around too.
They're gone. They don't. It is so, that mechanical sound is so foreign to them that they're they're out.
Yeah. So I leave my safety on. I go to pull the trigger. Nothing happens.
You hear the click. You can hear it in the video.
Can you?
It's like it's like a soft click.
Me trying to yank on the trigger, which is only like 2 pounds to begin with.
Right.
So it doesn't take much to set it off. and I clicked my safety off. You took a shot.
Yeah, because I heard your click, and I was like, well, go time.
Bang. So you missed just to the right.
I clean missed that dog.
You can see the bullet hit the snow.
I shot at that dog. I don't know what the hell happened. But I fired, and I watched myself, like I was standing next to myself, pull the shot. The bullet went right past. They were center mass on him.
Yep.
Which is even tougher.
Yeah, because they were face on. Yeah.
Right. We got less to shoot at. So I fire and I see the snow fly, and my dog just disappears.
Yep.
And yours
Turns around.
crosses my scope.
Yep. I took a shot just as he turned.
Just as he turned.
Just
like if
a
you
li-
slow it down,
Just a little bit of lead
just
and hit him.
hit him.
And
Stumbled him up. He was
Yep.
tripping and flipping around. And
so he takes off to our left. Running
the problem
across.
is he kept running.
He did stumble, so I was like, okay, I did hit it.
Right. But he kept going.
Yeah, he kept going for a while.
So it turned into Fallujah.
Well, not really. I mean, it was only a few shots. It wasn't. We've
I
had
think 4. We've had more than that.
we've definitely mag dumped on a few.
Can you imagine
So it
being
was-
the people listening to
Oh,
this?
jeez, I feel
So there's a house
There-
across this field on the other side of the tree line.
Yep.
It's the house we passed coming in where we saw the dog originally. So, and that's the other thing. So you fired, it
Yes.
runs.
Yep.
I fire,
You took a shot.
I missed that time.
Yep. And
Then you shot.
then I shot again.
And then you see the house. So that it was a pause. So it gets past the house, and I resume firing on this thing like
Yeah.
it's.
So you took what, 3?
Yeah, I hit it. I'm pretty sure I hit it twice.
Yeah. And I only.
I'm
shot
not good at running shots.
No, I kept trying to lead it, and then it got out. It was like 300.
310 yards when it stopped, and you're like, he's going down. I'm like, that's not good enough for me. So then I go to work. So I put it at the top of his back, and I stoned him.
Yep.
Like he just, bloop,
No, all done.
and I was like, now he's down.
Yeah.
Because it's a tournament. You
Yeah,
know,
a
like
tournament. We're not losing anything.
No, we gotta, and there's big dogs down there.
Yep.
South, when we go south, we get big dogs. Anything up north is so heavily hunted.
Yeah, we're not getting anything big up.
You're
this
gonna
way.
get high 30s.
Right. So we go out searching, found mine,
We spent way too much time.
way
looking.
too much time looking. Get it back to the truck, weigh it 37.4 pounds
37.4 male.
male, which decent sized coyote.
They were gonna eat us.
They were
If I
close.
could, so the video is actually on our TikTok
Yep.
and our Instagram. You'll see a double coming in from a cornfield, right? And that's the one. They were going to eat us.
Yeah, they were close.
And I don't, that decoy. I was like, it's $80. I had a couple adult beverages that night, so Amazon ordering is way easier. It was probably after a podcast because usually when these microphones come out, I don't know, I just want to drink. So this decoy, it just worked. Old Roy just worked. He just worked, and it was. I think I played a little bit of woodpecker.
Yep.
It wasn't long.
No, but then you went straight into
A breeding hunt.
the secret sound.
Yeah, it was a breeding hunt. So
Special sauce.
yeah, the secret sauce. It was, it was a pair of howl and some pup distress and some pup fights and we don't really, up until this year, we never used a lot of vocals. We always
No.
stuck with, you go out, you turn the rabbit on, you wait.
Yep.
And I think that's why our success has changed so much this year because we kind of, while I've, been listening to podcasts with Rick in them and even the Fox Pro ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are Midwest guys,
Yeah.
and it's just, I don't, and I'm not complaining, but it's just different here.
Yeah.
It's just different. I don't, unless their editing just blows everything right out of the water, which is possible.
Yeah.
But it's just different here.
Yep. So finished up that stand, and we went across the road, and behind the warehouse.
Oh yeah, where they're loading reefer trailers.
Yeah,
It's super bright, but we had Roy.
super
so
loud,
super loud,
bright.
super bright. We're like, I was feeling pretty confident in Roy at that point.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna call another double there because it's probably half a mile from where we were before.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that's not real far, but you
yeah,
never
but
know.
there's some roads between there.
Right. So
Nothing there.
Nothing there.
25 minutes there.
Yep.
Jumped across the road. Jumped across another road.
No, we hit that one on the way back.
Oh yeah, we did. We
No,
went to the new spot.
The new field.
Well,
which,
it's not even a field. I ranged it. It's like 96 yards.
yeah, it was 96 across from.
And
where
we're
we were-
standing on top of the road.
Yeah.
Like a truck went by and we just crouched down under our tripods. So the lights
Yep.
didn't light us up and looked like a bunch of posts standing there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And I was on the right hand side again. You're on the left. Roy's off to our left with a call.
Yep, same wind, same kind of area.
Yep. And scanning, and I come across to my left, and I see heat on the other side of the
Yeah, it
field.
looked like a meteorite.
And
He was so close.
I drop my scanner in my chest pack, and I go to get on the rifle, and I hit record. I hear bang. So I stop recording,
Yeah.
and I look over. And I go, "Did you get him?" He goes, "Oh yeah."
He down.
He down.
He didn't go 20.
Nope. Another one just dropped right in his tracks.
45.
45 pounds.
Beautiful. That dog's at
Oh, he's gorgeous.
pretty.
Very.
So another male, he's at our fur girls right now. She's getting him, I'm tanning him out for the wall.
Yeah.
And I got his skull coming back. Like I said, I'm going to owe her a small fortune. But she's great, and she does great work. And I'm just happy to, give her the furs,
Yeah. Yep.
I just don't like throwing them away.
No. If you don't have to, there's no reason to.
I mean, there's no money in furs.
no.
I wish there was.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, I don't even think coyotes are bringing $30 here in the Northeast, which is, because I trapped when I was in high school, me and a buddy, and we did all right. Like
Yeah.
just off muskrats and possums and coons. That's what we did a lot of. We started getting into the beaver thing right at the end, and then he met a girl and moved on with his life. But whatever, it happens. But my grandfather trapped the same farm that that I work now, so I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yep.
so that was the third spot. We did 5 that night.
We did 5 that night.
It was a long. We went.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where did we go after that?
Back up on the other side.
On
of the
the
road
other
from
side of the road,
warehouse.
by the old racetrack.
Yep.
Nothing there.
Yep.
We had one, and now I'm 100% sure.
That I did. The one I didn't see.
Yeah, we're talking like 700-800 yards away through the trees into another cornfield behind it.
Yeah.
I saw it move from left to right, and so it had come up. I think we were calling it, and I don't know if it pegged us. I don't know. It just didn't like it.
Yep.
We had one, and I'm like, I get on the comms, and I'm like, Josh, we got one in the other field, and he's like, well, I can't see it, and I'm like, well, I see it,
Yeah.
and it moved from left to right, and we never saw it,
Never saw it again.
and I don't know if the wind wasn't right or he didn't like it. We used Roy all night that night,
All weekend.
all weekend. We
Yep.
used Roy, and yeah, he just didn't show, and then so by then it was like what 4:40.
It was like 4:30 in the morning. Oh, I didn't. Well, by the time we got back here,
Yeah.
put stuff in my car. I didn't get home till 5.
Right. I was like, it's time to go to bed. The
Yeah,
world's
you
waking
gotta
up.
get
We
up.
are. See, the tournaments we usually hunt. It was a great night, though. That was a spectacular night. We
Yep.
probably should have had one at the first spot. If we had went to the normal spot in the field, I think we would have been. In
Yeah,
good
had a little
shape.
better luck.
That was my fault.
No, I mean
We had them talking. They
Yeah.
just
You
they
can't.
didn't.
no hindsight.
Right.
What are you
I'm
gonna
just
do?
trying to. You try to do. You got to move. You don't stand in the same spot.
Yeah,
You gotta move around a
Gotta
little
try switch it up a little bit and see make something else work.
Different winds. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not hunting this spot because the wind is this direction." False, man. Because I don't care what you do. You just you just change your angle from where you're calling from, you're not talking about something in a cage.
Right.
These things roam. They can be.
They could be anywhere.
We've had them cross roads, and show up where you don't. You know, we're calling. This is a new spot we got this year. I'm calling it, thinking they're going to come from the east side up out of this wooded area, and they came from the west where the housing developments are.
Right.
And cross the road. Nice. That was a nice dog. That one's getting mounted.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's full body mount. That one, I don't know. But he's blonde, like Ric Flair blonde. And I was like, I got a thing for the blonde coyotes. I don't know. But then we got that silver one for the tournament, and I was like, well, I'm not full body mounting him, but he was. I either get him blonde or a little bit of gray or a little bit of red in the belly. This thing, he was gray like a wolf.
Yeah. It was gorgeous. Had
Pretty
that
dog.
Nice long fur.
His paws were huge.
Oh, gigantic.
Huge.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I thought and for the sake of argument, so I was talking to the guy. I didn't want to, but I was keeping in contact with the guy running the tournament, and we had it.
Yeah, we had
it.
We were in the lead for about 24 hours.
Right. And then got smoked by a 50-pounder.
Yep.
A 49 and a 50.
Yeah.
So, second night,
The weather turned cold.
Terrible.
Windy.
Wind
was, 15, 20?
Yeah. We don't, I don't care what anybody says around here. If it's over 7, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
It makes for a rough night.
Well, I mean, you gotta change your volume on the call. If you watch these dogs, so look, you might get one to come out of the woods, but it won't come out in the wind.
Yeah.
They'll stay close to the tree line. They get more shy. But the wind was terrible, and it was cold. But it definitely pushed our stuff to the limits.
Yes.
The Pulsars performed amazingly.
Yep.
You would never been able to hunt that with a Sightmark Wraith.
No.
Never.
It would have been way too cold.
Never. It was, my eyes were tearing, and they were freezing to my face. We get in the truck, and my beard thawed, and it was like I got out of the shower.
Yep.
Second night, cold.
We
didn't even see anything?
Okay.
No,
so we did see 2 at 2 different spots.
We had 2 no-shows. They showed up, disappeared.
Yeah.
So they came out, broke the tree line.
It was, no, the second one didn't. The first one came from the pavilion on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
Into some pines that are planted there. And I saw it on the thermal, got on the scope. I
Gone.
could see its eyes. I could just barely make out the body, and gone.
Milliseconds.
Ran off into the woods.
And I had looked over with my hand scanner, because I was scanning left, he was scanning right, and I saw you going to your rifle, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, here we go.
He was trying to sneak one.
I was not.
He was trying to sneak one. So then I go down, I switch my direction to the right-hand side, and I see this, again, meteorite standing there under this pine tree, and I'm like, okay, to the rifle. And by the time I got to the rifle,
he was already gone. Already gone.
Yep. Didn't like it.
I think we did 5 that night, too.
5.
So, I don't know. That was
a long weekend.
Which, I know 5 doesn't sound like a lot, but we hunt at night.
Right.
You're hunting after work. I'm hunting on my rest days.
Yeah, he works nights, so he's a night owl.
Yep.
5 stands is a lot.
Yeah.
We started.
We started early that night.
Yeah, sundown.
Yep.
Sundown.
So then went to. I can't remember the order exactly that night. What we did, the farm down the road.
Yeah.
Then we were hungry, so we went and ate.
Yeah. Yeah, I was freezing so bad. My wife works at a pizza joint.
Yeah.
In a bar. And we were out, and I was like, man, Josh, I'm hungry. I could eat right. I mean, we left my house at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
I got a babysitter for my kids, and because they're young yet. And we ended up at the pizza joint.
Yeah, like 9:30.
house the pizza.
Yep.
And then actually my cousin and my brother were out,
Yeah.
and they took our leftover pizza. Met up with them. They
And
were froze too.
saw the one at the pond.
That was
And then we went to another farm and set up in this little field. Roy is out there, and this time I'm on the left-hand side and scanning, and in the trees, I can see one is just kind of like half behind a tree, peeking out at us.
again Pine Grove.
And I'm like, all right, there's one in the trees. He just went toward the right.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching and watching and watching and watching. That thing must have just stayed in the trees and kept right on trucking down
Yeah,
through the woods.
he didn't want nothing to do it. He didn't want to come out.
But it's cold, windy. Not that I think the cold would affect him too much, but the wind,
They just don't like it.
no, it drives him, keeps him right in the woods.
And I know people have success in the wind, but we just don't.
No, for whatever reason.
Maybe it's, again, maybe we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, well,
It's possible.
Hey.
So that was second night.
yep.
Third night,
Third night, Saturday,
south.
even colder, even more wind,
Yeah.
snowing.
Oh
When
my
I got down
God.
here, it was just starting to snow. Like, all
Which
right.
snow with a night vision, if you ever done that. It's like
Yeah.
watching Star Wars through your scope.
Yep. So we get down south to this spot we only go a few times a year down there.
Right.
Because it's a ride.
That's where the big dogs are.
That's where the big ones
They
are.
come off the mountain.
Yep. And we only did 2 stands that night because it was so cold.
It was bitter.
And we get set up by the hay barn, and I'm on the downwind side
Yes.
of the barn, just getting the snow
Pelted.
blowing off the roof.
He
right
was
on
white.
right on me.
He was
And
white.
Thermal was doing pretty good even with the snow.
We didn't even see a deer that night.
Like 2 or 3 on the way home
Yeah.
in the field, but like where we were, there were no deer out.
No deer.
And call for, it was probably half hour. And you come around the corner when we were all done. I'm just looking like a snowman standing there. All
Right.
I can see is my eyes. But
I really thought we were going to pull something down there because we don't call that a lot. We save that spot. I mean, we hit it, but that spot we specifically saved for the tournament.
yeah,
Because again, the dogs around here, you get high 30s, 40s. Down there, they're 50 plus.
yeah,
There's some big dogs down there, and we're in it for the money.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
we
that's-
try.
So we didn't see nothing.
Nope. So
I was pretty discouraged.
yeah, we get the call, and Roy, we get back to the truck, and trying to warm up.
And then your pants were wet.
And then I had to relieve myself, so I jump out of the truck and I get back in. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my phone, checking wind and weather and all that stuff, seeing when the snow's going to stop.
Yeah, we were looking for a pause in the
Yep.
blizzard we were in.
And my pants are wet. I'm like, what the? And I was like, oh no. And I had this little spray bottle of coyote urine I was putting on Roy
On his tail.
on his tail,
We were trying everything.
just for a little
Yeah.
extra edge. And that bottle had cracked open, the top unscrewed just a little bit, and soaked my hoodie, my shirts, my
Yep.
pants, my thermals.
Yeah, well, you had layers on, so by the time you felt it, it was too late.
It was way too late. Half a bottle.
I told him, I said, you're just going to go out, we're going to ride home with no pants on, bro. And that's when you get pulled over and the cop
Yeah.
walks up and your buddy's in the passenger seat with no pants on. You're like,
no, I kept my pants on.
no, we went to work with some hand sanitizer
Yeah.
and a rag.
I tried to clean it up best I could. It was all over my phone because my phone was in my pocket.
Phone
It-
stunk.
It was bad. So
We didn't need to put any more scent on Roy.
No,
We had plenty of scent.
yes, so we get warmed up and we head up to another stand we have down there, and
On top of the hill.
On top of
where
the
I
hill.
shot the big one last year.
we shot the 49 pounder last year.
That thing was over 50. That thing bled out in the back of my truck.
Yeah, and my hoodie and my pants froze.
Yep. The guns were blowing sideways in the
Yeah,
tripods.
It was so bad.
You had to
like-
keep your hand on the tripod because I was afraid it was going to blow over.
Yeah,
Again, though, the Pulsar C50 performed.
without the light, that thing.
It was super bright that
because
night.
it was like almost a full moon,
Yeah.
and it was it was cloudy, but it was peeking through the clouds enough that you didn't need a light. You could see
That scope,
everything.
that scope,
Everything.
it blows my mind. Only because coming from red lights, like we've talked about before, to with basic glass, to the Wraith. When we got the Wraith, we were like, wow,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude, I can see like 600 yards in this tiny little screen.
Yep.
And then go to the Pulsar. Now the Wraith, you turn the Wraith on a clear night, you're not going to see nothing.
No, even with a full moon.
You won't see nothing. The Pulsar,
Oh yeah.
you can. I mean, you basically. So I was running the stock IR, but now I got a hold of Jason from Sniper Hog and got a 66 LRX. You're running the Canon.
Yep. Coyote Cannon.
Which so mine's got the Turbo 850 in it, and you just click that thing on just enough to light the eyes up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I can't say enough good things about that Pulsar scope, and I've looked through the Rick scope, obviously the Sightmark,
The Noctis.
Noctis. I had a Noctis TR1 that I bought from Sniper Hog. It's not their scope, but they sell it. And you know what?
That was during.
Last tournament, I shot the big dog with that.
Yeah, well, that was during the whole COVID thing when everything
Right.
was shut down. You couldn't find a Pulsar.
Yeah, you
I
couldn't
just
get
happened
one.
to find one for sale on Amazon.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. Like
The
in the
last
country.
one. Yeah, and I bought that TR1, and it was 900, 940 something, and I still have it. And I was thinking about it the other day. I might put that on something and take it out. It's a great scope, but the pixels are a little off compared to the Pulsar.
Yeah.
It's like the Wraith. If it's daylight out or bright, you're still not going to see anything. But you turn a light on, you can go to work with it. I mean, and it's rechargeable.
Mm-hmm.
It runs off a battery pack. It does well in the cold. I never had no issues with it. The only problems I had with it was sighting it in, and they were having issues with software with that thing. And it was a real. I mean, I went through like 5 boxes of ammo trying to sight that in.
Ugh.
It was ugly.
Yeah, I never came over when you were trying to sight
No.
that in.
No, but the Wraith, 1-0, maybe 2-3 bullets.
Yep. Same with the Pulsar.
If you got like decent temperatures, not a problem. Same with the Pulsar. Pulsars, you put it where you hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the Wraith, you shoot and then you move your secondary crosshair to where the bullet hit and set it, and it.
Yeah, that's where you're shooting. As long as you can hold everything still.
Yeah,
with the sight mark.
The TR1 sights like a traditional, where you have to, you got your targets with your 1-inch rings, and you just got to know, I'm left 5 or whatever. I just had a lot of problems. I don't hate the scope. I have the scope still, and that's why I was thinking about putting it on something. But I'm just such a Pulsar guy now.
Uh-huh.
I've just seen, and I've seen the light with them, and
Yeah.
Steve's got a AGM
He's got the AGM.
thermal, super
Yep.
clear.
I think it's a 6.
It's a 640. It's. I mean, I don't dislike it,
No.
but as far as Pulsar with the rangefinders, like you can get a thermal with a rangefinder, I think is great. Your ranges, man, knowing your ranges. Like daytime guys, you take a regular rangefinder. Boom,
Yep.
this tree line, that tree line, whatever. Being able to do that in the dark.
Yeah.
And I've ranged stuff at 800 yards with that.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, an XQ35 or Q?
Yeah, the XQ35.
That's what
LRF.
mine is. I never get the numbers and the letters.
And I
right.
have the XG.
You have the XG. Even 800 yards
That's far.
in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, if you look through our night visions when I'm ranging stuff and watch these videos, you'll see me. You'll see the laser
Yep.
from the rangefinder. It looks like a little firefly.
No,
And
yeah.
Because
It's
I'm shaking.
Definitely tripped me up a few times. Like,
Right.
what in the world
What
is that?
and it's the rangefinder, because I just knowing your ranges, 100%. Because like I belong to follow all the Predator pages on Facebook and you see these guys talking about, they put a video up now. Like, what do you think? I hit this thing, it spun, and this and that. And I'm like, no, man, you shot under it, or you shot over it.
Yeah.
You pulled the shot. And I don't like, and I'm not the guy, those guys, those keyboard warriors, that they see something
have
like
something
that,
to say about
and
everything.
they just gotta,
Yeah.
And I was raised different.
Yeah.
If you ain't got nothing good to say,
Just don't say anything.
just don't say anything. It's
Yep.
very simple. So, I'm like, no, bro, you pulled it, but I don't want to tell you that, and they're like, well, you see snow or dirt fly underneath. It's like, you didn't know your range, man.
Yeah.
Knowing your range is huge.
Yes, it is.
So, the next day after that,
Well, that was pretty much the end of it.
I went out during the day, though. Here.
Oh, you did go out.
I did.
That's
I
right.
took Roy and went out in the farm here, way out in the back. And the funny thing is, so I drive out to the spot where I walk in from, and there's tire tracks where I'd gone and cut wood. And in the tire tracks, now the wind's still blowing,
Yep.
25, 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, it didn't give up.
Nope, I ended up going and sitting in one of my deer blinds, which is enclosed. I didn't turn the heat on, but it's enclosed. And I put Roy out in the field, and I'm like, I'm just going to sit here for an hour and do some light distress and some howls. And I've never had any luck calling anything during the day.
No, we've tried a few times.
Never. So, excuse me. Man, I'm getting tired. Anyway, I stayed there until weigh-in was at 1. Sharp.
It ended at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so I stayed till about, 12:30 or so. I was like, man, I'm going to try and get us something else.
Yeah.
Because we had only shot 2 dogs.
Yeah.
The year before that tournament, we shot a fox and 3 coyotes.
Yep.
So, and we were in for heaviest fox and heaviest bobcat. And I think our fox last year was only like 11 pounds. It was a red.
Yeah. Well, the winner this year was only, like 12 or 13 pounds?
Yeah, but they only had 1.
Yeah.
They had 1 fox and 1 bobcat.
There was 2 bobcats.
There was?
I think so. And the winner was like 30.
Yeah.
I think it was 30 pounds.
Off a bait pile. I know the guy.
Yeah.
Which, and that's the other thing. So I have a bait pile.
Yeah.
We have a bait pile. It's running right now. They haven't touched it. I don't disagree with that, but like when it comes to the tournaments, we call them.
Yeah.
If something came out in the bait pile during the tournament,
Well, we probably should have.
it's probably going to get a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, but
We enjoy the calling.
Right.
And going out, not saying a bait pile isn't effort, but putting in the little extra effort calling. Well, it's
Yeah.
exciting for us.
well, then sitting in your house watching TV and like,
Right.
oh, my camera's going off.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's stupid. But they, good for them. They, if that's hunting for them, go ahead. That's not what we do. But so everything, the 2 that we shot were slammers. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. They were
And-
good size.
Yeah, good sized dogs, and all with a lucky duck, man.
Yep.
Yeah, because we used your call in the beginning that night, and then I was like,
Yeah.
well, because I have presets.
Well, yeah. But you have the, like not a playlist, but like
It's more or less like a library of some sort. I don't know what you call it. They're all presets. They're with the
it's like a pre-made calling sequence.
yeah.
So it's, you press play and
I
it
press
plays
play,
a bunch of different sounds.
but I don't.
But just the one, you don't have to switch from
Right.
one to the other and back and forth or whatever.
Right. And I do that too, but lately, because Rick had sent me some breeding stuff a year ago. He mailed it to me. Great guy. I mean, Lucky Duck and Rick, they're just, I can't, that's another company that I can't say enough good things about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike Fox Pro or any of the other ones. But customer service, man.
Oh, yeah.
Even with my Pulsar, I had battery problems.
Mm-hmm.
Tony got a hold of the rep. I got a new battery.
New battery.
It's a $100 battery.
Yeah. No, I know. I've looked
So
them up.
then I had problems with my charger. It wouldn't charge the battery, so I had to charge them through the scope and swap them out. And it took them a couple weeks, but I got a new charger.
Yeah.
And when you spend, we ain't got a lot of money. So we're all blue collar, po, kids, houses, car payments.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when you get with a company that just supports you like that in a recreational thing, this isn't life or death stuff, you know, but it's just 100% worth it.
Yep.
And that was the tournament, man.
That was our.
We went over there. We were there and congratulated everybody, and showed up, and
didn't win the raffle.
Oh my God, the raffle! So that's where I won my rifle last year.
Yeah, the one you use now.
Yeah, my Ruger, and I put a ton of money in the raffle.
Yeah. Well,
so this year they had a
the Ruger
it was a Mossberg.
Well, the Patriot in 22-250.
22. That's what I wanted. I was after that.
The Ruger Precision in 17 HMR.
Right. Which meh.
I mean,
meh.
It's 17 is a good plinking gun.
Right.
I have one.
I mean, it was a cool gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had gotten drawn on the second drawn, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
But I was after that 20. That's what Rusty uses, and I want one.
22-250.
I want one. Not that I love my 223 though, man.
Yeah.
I could go to war with that gun tomorrow and be 100% confident. 100%. I'm gonna stack bodies with it because I just can shoot really well with that round. Yeah. I like the round. And you see these guys talking about zeros and stuff on these Facebook pages. I zero at 50 yards.
Yeah.
I don't care what caliber it is. All you need to know is your ballistics. We've zeroed a 243, my cousins at 50 yards, and they're like, oh, that's insane. No, man. Especially you guys with your thermals, to zero a thermal, I don't care. We've used the thermal targets, the hot packs, the batteries. We've put batteries. With aluminum foil so they heat up.
Yep.
We've done it all. Excuse me. And, but you thermal guys, if you can shoot closer, you can more precisely zero that rifle than you can. Everybody's like, oh, well, the box says 100 yards. Yeah, good for the box, man.
Well, yeah, but that's, out of whatever length barrel they use.
Right.
It's
your barrel, your twist,
Yeah. I mean, there's so many factors that go into
Right.
how that bullet's going to fly. How hot is it that day?
Right.
What's the humidity?
Right.
Where's the wind coming
Where's the
from?
wind?
What angle are you shooting at?
Right. Are you flat? Are you shooting downhill? Are you shooting uphill?
Right. There's so many factors. You got to go. I know we're off topic of tournament stuff now, but
Right.
you got to get different rounds
Yes.
for your gun. Different weights, different loads.
Yep. Shoot them all.
Shoot them all. See what your gun likes.
Right.
You know.
We just do really well with Hornady rounds.
Yeah. Well,
I think their consistency in their loads has a lot to do with it.
Well, the ones I shoot now are Federal loads, but with a Hornady bullet.
Right.
But
a polymer tip.
Yeah, the VMAX, the polymer.
We actually put some of those Federal 223s with the polymer tip through my brother's AR in comparison to what I fire through mine, and it's consistent. Yeah. I mean, I don't like Winchesters. Sorry. The best luck I've ever had would be those Hornady 55 grain VMAX with a 50-yard zero. I believe I'm like I think it's 1.2 inches high at 50. That makes me, oh God, I gotta think now. It's in my ballistics in my phone. So I'm high at 50. I'm dead on, or I'm still high at 100, but not as much. I think it's like 0.4 at 100, so less than a half an inch.
Yep.
And then at 200, I'm dead on. And at 300, I'm literally high 3.8 or 3.6 inches. So I have steel at, well, I have target at 50. I have a target at 100. And then I have steel and a target at 2. And I have steel and a target at 3. I can smoke that 300-yard play over and over and over and over and over. And everybody's like, oh, you know what? I got a 223 with 55 grain. What should I zero it on? I encourage everybody to try a 50-yard zero. Yep. Well, the military zeros at 25 yards. They zero at 25 with open sights and then shoot 300, 800 with open sights.
Yeah.
So, and we've had this discussion with different calibers, and you can do it. You just need to know your ballistics. So if your 243 at 50 yards is, I forget what it is. I think it's like 4 inches high. Or 5. It's super high.
I use 100-yard zero. So.
Right. We zero zeros at 100. That's what you want to do, and that's fine. But you're not shooting thermal either.
No.
So you can get more precise with getting your round where you want to be. The thermal guys, that's where you struggle. Yeah. Is just being able to really precisely, because like if you look through a thermal, it'll radiant and it looks like a fireball, like a meteorite.
Right.
It's not as precise. But, we zero to 243 at 50 yards. It does work. 100%.
Oh, I believe it.
100%. You could zero a 30-06 50 yards. Not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was... So, and the long and short of it is I can't shoot anything close. But you get them out to 300, I'll dump them, man. I'll dump them. But I just... 50, 60 yards, I will shoot 4 foot to the right of that thing. There was a blind man looking through my scope. I think I was just jittery because you had tried to fire.
Yeah.
And we wear those Walker headsets, and you turn you can hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
So I heard the tick, tick, and I'm like, what? And I was like, okay. And I just kind of rushed a shot, and when I fired, it pulled it. And that's the second time that's happened to me this year with close shots.
Yeah. No.
But hey, we were there. We did the tournament. It's probably going to be the last one because now they're changing the rules in the United States. We can't hunt for money no more.
Nope, can't. Yep, no tournaments anymore as of November 1st of this year, of 24.
24.
So,
which sucks. But, that's... They think, I don't know, that they don't, and that, touch on this for a minute. These idiots, and do you know how much money that brings in? Think about the sales and ammunition, gasoline, licenses.
Yeah. Because there were some guys.
Food.
Some guys that didn't even hunt
Retail.
at all this year until the tournament.
Right.
They're like, oh, I'm just going to hunt the tournament.
They hunt the tournament. So they'll go out and spend 500 bills in a weekend.
Right.
Well, there's tax and all that, man. Mm-hmm. There's tax and gas. There's tax and...
Yep.
So they're, the idiotic part about it is they're actually taking money out of their own pockets.
In the
which
long
is
run,
stupid. Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping that they overturn it before.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We got 8 months.
8. I don't even want to think. Is it 8 months? I don't even want to think about the end of the season.
Like 7 months from now.
What are we in? February now?
February. And
oh, God.
2 months left.
Ugh.
I know.
And then what do we do? Go back to just shooting targets.
Uh-huh.
Stupid. Coyote season. We got a season.
Yeah.
But, I tell you what I do at the end of, what is it? So it ends March. That last day in March, I sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you got to readjust my sleep schedule. It's like right now, I'm looking at the clock. It's 11 o'clock. We're recording a podcast. We might go hunting.
Yeah. There's a good chance.
There's a good chance we're going to go hunting. So I probably won't get to bed till about 1.
Oh, probably later than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for an all-nighter. I don't know.
We usually...
1:30, 2 o'clock, we're back here.
We usually... we say that, and then it'll be like 3.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen? We're going to go out tonight, and we're going to call a double.
Yeah.
And we're going to be like, yeah, let's go all night.
All fired up. And then we won't see anything else.
Then we won't see shit.
Yep.
Won't see a fucking thing.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us again.
Yep.
Again, we're on Facebook. One Predator.
Yep.
TikTok and Instagram. One Predator Hunts.
Yep. Yeah, if you got any questions or whatever, man, reach out. Dude.
Yep.
Send us a message.
Yep.
I mean, we're not experts.
No,
okay?
no, far from.
But we
enjoy it and willing to share our knowledge.
Right. We're not
So,
going to tell you where we hunt, though.
No.
We have people steal spots from us. It's cutthroat around here. Yep. Which, and I wouldn't care if they would just hunt with us and not hunt against us.
Yeah. But that's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you in the next one.
Next one. Yep. Thanks for listening to the One Predator podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one.